Welcome to Arush coaching classes. Now today's session I am going to teach you that how do you integrate Power BI with Azure. Okay, so let's start. So as I told you in the last class, make sure that everyone has created their account on Azure and then the things will work. Okay, so now if you can see Azure services, right? Can you see here? Azure services, we are going to click on the first one, that is create a resource. So in the Azure portal, you have to create a resource, and once you click on it, then what you have to do next step is you have to search for Azure SQL. Okay, what you have to search? Azure SQL. So I think yes, it is here. I hope this is visible to all of you. Yes, no, anybody, can you please confirm? Yes? All right. Okay. Now, what happens is you have to click on Azure SQL, the first one. Can you see there's a create button over here? You have to click on this create button. You have to click on this create button. Okay. Now, here, if you see, you have to select the resource type as single database and you have to click a create because you need to build SQL databases. So what I did, I clicked, I came to this page and here I have three instances. SQL databases, SQL managed instances, and SQL virtual machine. So what I'm doing, I'm creating a single database because we are doing the integration. Okay. So click on create. Okay. Now what happens when you enter this like create SQL database? You need to enter the required information by choosing a resource group, setting up the server for the database, and selecting the review and create so that the things are done accordingly. So how do we do that? See here. See, first of all, since I'm using a trial version, that's why I have used it like this. So basically the subscription is mine is free trial. In case you have some other thing, you can use it. Now let's create a resource group. So what is my resource group? My resource group is demo 1. Okay. So I'm using a demo 1 resource group. This is my resource group name. Now I want to create a database name. So what should be my database name? I'm going to say Power BI demo. Okay, this is my database name. And what is my server? So any server you can select, right? So since there is no server, you will have to create a server. Now, how will you create a server? How will you create a server? The first thing, when you come on this page, the first thing which will come on this page is you have to click on use SQL authentication. Use SQL authentication. So that means I need a server admin login and a password. I need what? I need a server admin login and a password. So how do I do that? I'm going to create admin 123 and then I'm going to enter some password here. Please remember this admin and the password. It is very, very important. Okay. So now I've created a server admin login. Plus I'm going to give some server name also here. Okay. So what should be my server name? I can say my first server. Okay. So this is the specified server name is already in use. So my first server 2024. I think this will not be there. Is already in use. Okay. My server 24. Yeah. So it is there. And plus you can use it like which location you want to use. So please use Asia Pacific. Okay, so I'll repeat it once again for you. What I did, when I clicked on that create SQL database server, first you have to write a server name. You can write any name of your choice. I have written my first server 24. The location I have chosen as Asia Pacific, plus I have also chosen from the authentication method, I need to use SQL authentication. So when I'm using an SQL authentication, I need to give some server admin login and the password. So I've created one admin. The admin name which I have chosen over here is, let me just write it. Please make sure that everyone remembers this, because this is one of the most important thing. If you forget, then it becomes difficult for each one of you to remember the things. Okay, so this is my server admin, and now I'm going to click on OK. All right, now see, everything is fine. Everything is fine over here. See, resource group is demo1, then database name is Power BI demo. What is my server name? My first server 24, and plus I have also put this. Now we will click on review plus create, this one, the blue color, review plus create. Now all this came over here, all the estimated cost and everything is coming over here. Now we'll click on create. As soon as you click on create, what is going to happen? See, initializing deployment. This is one of the most important step in integration, because until and unless your deployment is complete, then you will not be able to work on the thing. So see, it is coming here, deployment is in progress. Okay, so it is creating the things. It will take some time, so please wait till then. Please wait till then. And students, what I would say is, on the right hand side, no, you always get the information, right? And what is that information? Like whatever is being created, everything you will get it on the right hand side. Here the details will be there. Okay, so please make sure that whenever you are doing anything, on the right hand side, all the steps, everything is being listed. So what is happening, you will get to know. Okay, so see, it will take some time. Please wait, students. See, can you see the resource has created my first server 24. This is accepted, this is okay, and this is also created. And can you see here, resource group demo 1 is also showing. So whatever we have created, everything has come into the picture, right? Yes, no? I hope you all are able to understand, because this is very, very important thing. See, everybody teaches how to do the things, how to write, and you know, how to write the code and how to use Power BI, everything. But nobody tells you how to deploy. Once you've created your Jupyter notebooks, how do you deploy it on the cloud, right? On AWS or Azure or whatever. So this is one of the important process. Okay. So anyways, this is related to Power BI. So that's why I'm teaching you this one. So please wait. We'll have to really wait for it, because it takes time. And this is the only specific thing which takes time. Only the deployment part takes time. Okay. And please see, your deployment is complete. So basically, be sure, see on the right hand side, all the details are coming. Deployment succeeded and everything, right? So everything will get updated over here. And what am I saying is, be sure to configure the resources first to avoid being charged more. Please remember, students, because this will be chargeable, and then you all will say, ma'am, we have been charged. So please make sure you apply everything after keeping the compute tier serverless and reducing the data maximum size as necessary. This is one of the important part which we are going to do right now. Okay. So now once our deployment step is completed, we'll go to the resource group. As soon as we come here, what is the next thing which we'll do? We'll go here, see, compute and storage, right? Compute and storage. And if you see over here in the compute and storage, what it is, you can just change it to say 1, and maybe you can make it here, it is 32, right? So make it very less. Okay, make it, am I able to solve this? No. Okay, so it's fine. And plus you can now click on apply. So what I did, just see here, I have created this as 1, and then I have created this one. It is 9.6 GB. Make sure it is less than 15 GB so that you are not charged anything. See, for me, it is giving the cost per GB also. Max storage is this much. First 32 GB is free. So for me, the price is 0. So, right. So please make sure that you know all of these things. Once you do this, then we are going to click on apply. Right? Then we are going to click on apply. Correct? Yes, no? Okay. Now, once you have done this, the next thing is set the firewall. Now, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Because I need to get the details perfectly, right? So see, when I say, okay, set the firewall, what is happening? Oh, it's gone, is it? Oh, I think it is going on the wrong this thing. Just give me 1 second. Just a second. Okay, so compute plus storage, we have done this. We have applied it also. Now SQL database, right? Okay, let me come back on this step again. Okay, so this is done. Now let me come to SQL database. So we are going to come on this one. Okay. Set firewall service, I'm not getting, why is it? Selected networks, yeah, sorry. So selected networks, actually it was disabled, that's why the options were not coming. See, what you actually have to do is you just have to click on this one. What you have to click, you just have to click on add client IP, and then you have to save it. That's all. So click on add client IP. As soon as you get your add client IP, what is going to happen? You will get the details here, and you just have to click on save. That's all. See, updating server public network access. So see, successfully updated server firewall rules, right? So that means the SQL database will then receive some data additions, and how it will be done? You will have to go to your SQL database and select the query editor to enter the login information which you have created while creating the database server. So how will I do it? See, my first thing is done. Now what will I do? I am going to go to my SQL server, right? Let me go to home, back again. Now once I've gone to this place, I am back on this. Now where will I go? Where I have to go? I have to go to what? SQL SQL server, right? So you can go here. Okay, so SQL server is not the right option, sorry. SQL database. Yes. So you have to go to your SQL database. Now, once you have clicked on, SQL database, what will you do? You will go over here, query editor. Where will you go? Query editor. Okay. So now you'll click on query editor. Now you will have to see, give the SQL server authentication. You have put in your login details, the admin 123, and please put your password. Whatever password you have chosen, please make sure that you have taken that password. Click on OK. Click on OK. Once you give the authentication, that means SQL database query editor will open. Wow. Can you see? This is the query editor which is right in front of you. Now what will happen? Now I am going to add and execute a basic query. Where will I add and execute? Here, this place. This place I am going to add and execute a query. So for that, what I have done is I have already written a query which I can show it to you directly. Okay, so this is my query. Let me just copy this and then go to my server. Okay, now if you see here, what I have done, I have created a person ID wherein I have written create table. The table name is person. Person ID will be integer identity primary key. First name varchar 120 not null. Middle name varchar 120 not null. Last name varchar 120 not null. In the similar way, you can create so many, queries. But just to give you an idea, I'm just creating one query just to make you understand. Okay. So now we'll click on run. As soon as you click on run, can you see query succeeded? That means our work is done. It is done perfectly. Okay. Now what happens after doing this? I will have to add the data to the table. Why? Because I want to create a person table and I'm going to add few rows, right? Now, why am I doing it? Because we will have to put that data, we will have to visualize that data in Power BI. So that's why we'll do this. So what we'll do, you will go to tables and then can you see DBO person is there? You can click on this one. See, you can click on this one. It's taking some time, is it? Okay, I have saved the query. Yeah. Can you see here? The details are being there. Why it is not allowing me to do the things? Why so? Actually, another query should open in this case. Yeah. Okay, sorry. So you have to go here, click on the right click and then edit date. First, you can select the top rows. So see, this is your query number 2. Select top 1000 from DBO person and then you can click on run. So that means query succeeded. Again, we are doing it the right way. Now again, you're going to go here, right click, edit data. Can you see here? Edit data. Can you see DBO person, person ID, first name, middle name, last name. So now what I will do, I'm going to add, I am going to create a new row. So I'm going to create a new row. Person ID, you can keep it whatever you want. First name, you can write it as Deepika Kumari Sharma. Okay. Now, once you have done this, you can save this. Okay, you can save it. All right. Now it is saying ki the person, see, cannot set value in identity column person ID. So that means you don't have to do it. You can go here and save. See, automatically it took first Deepika Kumari Sharma. Now I'm going to create another one, create new row, and then please leave the person ID as it is. In the first name, you can write here Bhavesh Kumar Singh. Okay. Again, you're going to save it. Then you have the second value. In the similar fashion, we are going to create 3-4 names. So I will say, okay, Raja Ram Roy. Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Okay. So this also I'm going to save it. So there are 3 rows. See, it is also coming updated successfully. Again, I'm going to create another row. Here I'm going to write as Rajesh Singh Khatri. Okay. And again, I'm going to save it. So see, what happened over here is we can see that there are 4 rows. 4 person ID, 4 person first name, middle name and last name is there. Okay. So basically what we have done, we have added some data in my SQL database. Now what I will do, I will now use Power BI to visualize the data. So where will I go? I'll go to this one, Power Platform. Now since I have the data in my table, right? So Power Platform and click on Power BI. Okay. Oh, so is it not saved? Is it? Is it not saved? Yeah. So it is saved, right? Okay. So it is saved. Will be discarded. Okay. Fine. Now what will I do? Oh, I think I lost the track. Just give me 1 second. This is my, yeah. So we came back here and I'm going to go to Power BI and see. I mean, as you see the Power Platform in this Power BI, this is where you will visualize your SQL data in Power BI. So what will you do? You will go and click on Get Started. As soon as you click on Get Started, there is a PBI file which gets downloaded. Can you see? Power Bid Demo, this one. Okay. I'll do it once again for you. I'll click on Get Started and can you see immediately a file gets downloaded. Okay. Now once your file gets downloaded, what will you do? You will have to launch this PBI file. How will you do it? You'll go to your downloads. You can click on this one, double click on it, and then what will happen? This thing will come. Our Power BI option will open for us. Okay. So please wait. Now this is integrated with Azure. Okay. So this is integrated with Azure. See, connecting while wait, we establish a connection. So see, it is, you know, it will basically request the username and the password. The username and the password you used when setting up the database server should be entered. So basically what is happening, it is integrating with your cloud. That's what we are doing here. So can you see here, we are working on database. So we'll click on database. Can you see here the username? That's why I told you, please remember the username perfectly. So it was admin123 and please put your password right away and click on connect and click on connect. Okay. So now what will happen? As soon, see, the database connection has been established, right? So the database connection has been established. Now to preview the data, you have to click on the person and then you have to load it since we have provided few sample rows over there. Okay. So what will I do? Under the person table, under the person table, I'll click on this person table. See, our things came. Person ID, first name, middle name and last name. You have to click on load. Same Power BI thing will start now. Okay. Now Power BI thing will start now. Now the connection is being created. Once you see this, you'll notice, see on the right hand side, what did you notice here? On the right hand side, you will notice that we added rows to our person table and all those rows are present over here. Okay. Now this data will be used to produce a graphic. Graphic means the visualization thing. You can select any visualization of your choice. So for example, what I'll do, for example, I'm taking a simple, say, table. Okay, if I'm taking a table, so what will I do? I'm going to add first name, last name, middle name and person ID. Okay, so see here, everything is added here. Can you see? The table is being created, right? Okay. And you can also do one thing. Since it's a combination and everything, you can use your drill down and drill through approaches and all those things. But since it's a basic thing. Now, I don't want to show these details this way. Okay. So what will I do? I will choose a pie chart. And can you see? If you see here, let me just make it big. Okay. Can you see here? The sum of the persons is what? And all the 4%, like Rajesh is blue. Okay. Raja is dark blue. Bhavesh is orange and Deepika is purple. Right. So you can see when you click on Deepika's like sum of the person IDs, this is this. This is here. This is this. This is this. Okay, so this is a very basic visualization chart which I can talk about. I mean, back to my report. Okay, you can also create another chart. There is no hard and fast rule that no, you have to do it this way only. Maybe you can also create a column chart, and again you can, keep on adding these details as it is. And can you see? Kumar, Kumari, Ram and Singh. It is taking the middle names. And when you click on Kumar, see, it gets highlighted that way. When you click on Kumari, then it highlights that way. When you click on this one, see, it will highlight this. When you click on this one, it will highlight this. So this way also you can create a beautiful chart. This is a dynamic chart which we have created. And this is how now in today's session, in the live class, we have learned how to integrate Azure Power BI and how do we do the things. Don't you think it is easy? I hope you all have liked this session. This is a proper hands-on activity which we have performed and I think you all were able to do it. I would request everyone to please, if you are having the Azure login credentials, please make sure everyone uses that and that's how the things will be done. Right? Yes, no, clear? Or you have any doubts? Anything you want to ask? Now I think it is